The fun's just getting started as we enter week 2 of the Texas high school football season. These are the picks. Welcome into the picks, your guide to Texas high school football weekend. My name is Greg Tepper of Dave Campbell's Texas Football and TexasFootball.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. Here we are, week 2 of the Texas high school football season. Teams have one game under their belt. Maybe it's a win, maybe it's a loss. Maybe in some instances, the power went out. But we're moving on to week 2, big games all across the state. We start in Argyle. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Eagle Stadium in Argyle. It's a colossal 4A clash between the Waco Vega Pirates and the Argyle Eagles. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number 1, land Pirates. This is a La Vega team that has a fantastic ground game. It was on full display in their week 1 win over Medina Valley. They ran for 538 yards. D'Amico Chambliss was fantastic. Alicia Cummings was excellent as well. They're going to want to grind this game down and run the ball right at Argyle. Can this fantastic Argyle defense, led by Chase Petter, their linebacker, hold up, or will it be another big game for the land Pirates? Key number 2, Flying Eagles. Last week in their season opening win over Stephenville was all about the aerial attack for Argyle and their junior quarterback, Bo Hogaboom. He put on a show with his 2 receivers, Dylan Carter and Adam Schlater, doing most of the damage. Now, La Vega's defense is really solid. They had 3 interceptions last week against Medina Valley. So who wins when Argyle takes to the air? Can the La Vega defense hold up, or will it be another big game for Bo Hogaboom and company? And key number 3, how long is Argyle's memory? You may remember that this is a rematch of the 2015 4A Division I state championship game between La Vega and Argyle, in which La Vega took home a bit of a stunning 33-31 upset win over Argyle to win their first ever state championship. Now, these seniors would have been freshmen that year. It's possible they don't remember it, but it's also possible that they do. It's possible that these Argyle seniors remember losing to La Vega. In a close game, can that be one small motivating factor that pushes Argyle over the top? Who am I picking? I'm going with Argyle. I think it's a close one, but I've been so impressed with this offense already hitting its stride, and I think shaking a couple of demons last week with their win over Stephenville. Now, make no mistake, this La Vega defense is going to be a step up from Stephenville, and I think they've got a shot to really keep them in the game. And if they can play that game of ball control and solid defense, La Vega's got a great shot in this one. But for now, I like the homestanding Eagles. Give me Argyle. Meanwhile, 7 o'clock Friday night at Chaparral Stadium in Austin. It's a 6A clash between the Cy Ranch Mustangs and the Westlake Chaparrals. What are the keys to this matchup? Well, key number 1, Cy Ranch's ball security. Last week in their season opening win, it was steady as she goes for the Mustangs and their quarterback, Logan McDougald, who took care of the ball. When you add in their running back, Willie Eldridge, things went really well for the Mustangs, taking care of the football. Now, Westlake, on the other hand, their defense forced 3 turnovers in their season opening win over Belton. Every time that Cy Ranch turns the ball over is going to be very painful for them because of how efficient this Westlake offense is. So, can Cy Ranch hold on to the ball? That's a big key in this one. Key number 2, Westlake's offensive balance. So if you know Westlake, you know they like to throw the ball around, and you probably know about their quarterback, Taylor Anderson, and he's pretty great. But the real star of last week in my mind was their running back, Trip Graham, who ran for more than 150 yards to really give this Chaps offense some balance. Can the Cy Ranch defense, led by the outstanding defensive back, Rance McInnes, take away one element of the Chaparrals' game plan? If they do that and make them one-dimensional, I think Cy Ranch has a great shot in this one. And key number 3, the battle on the sidelines. I think these are 2 of the very best coaches in Texas high school football about to go at it on Friday night. On one hand, you've got Westlake's Todd Dodge, who I think he needs no introduction at this point. What he's done at South Lake Carroll and now at Westlake really speaks for itself. On the other sideline, you've got Gene Johnson from Cy Ranch, and I think this guy is perpetually underrated as a coach. Of course, he guided Cy Ranch to their first state championship game a couple of years ago, but he has consistently built this program into a winner, and he knows when to push the right buttons. So, in a game that figures to be close, who can make that one adjustment and outcoach the other? Who am I picking? I'm going with Westlake. I think being at home helps in this one, but beyond that, I think they have the single individual best player in their quarterback, Taylor Anderson. He really impressed me last week against Belton. I'm very interested to see what this quarterback for Cy Ranch, Logan McDougald, does for an encore after a very impressive debut. But for now, I think Westlake holds serve at home. Give me the Chaps. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Jack Sportsman Bobcat Stadium in Refugio. It's a fantastic matchup of state-ranked teams as Refugio takes on Goliad, and this is basically strength on strength at its best. You've got the Refugio defense, which stymied Tidehaven last week and figures to be one of the very best in 2A, going up against a Goliad team led by quarterback Rocky Morris that looked every bit the part of a state title contender in hanging 70 in their opener. Who gives in this one? I think it's very close, but for now, I think I'm going with Refugio. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Richard R. Flores Stadium in Edinburgh. It's a big-time battle in the Rio Grande Valley between Edinburgh Vela and Brownsville Hannah. I think there's an argument that these are the two very best teams in the Rio Grande Valley going at it. I think this is going to tell us a lot about what this entire region looks like throughout the season. To me, the game breaker here is Daniel Enriquez, the do-it-all athlete for Vela. I think he makes one big play to put them over the top. Give me the SaberCats. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Knight Stadium in Lindsay. It's the Kraut Bowl between the Munster Hornets and the Lindsay Knights. One of the very best rivalries in the state is going to be renewed in this one up there in Texoma land. You come for the rivalry, but stay for the quarterback matchup. Parker McGrew, the dual threat quarterback for Munster, you probably know a little bit about, but this quarterback, Seth Foster for Lindsay, is something special and could be a name to know. For now, I'm going with the defending state champs. Give me the Hornets. 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Indian Stadium in Port Neches. It's Piney Woods meets Golden Triangle as Port Neches Groves welcomes in Huntsville. Keep an eye on this Huntsville team. I think this Hornets squad has something special this year. Could be a big-time 5A sleeper, but look, Port Neches Groves has the most electrifying player in the state in Rashawn Johnson. He put on a show last week. I expect him to put on a show this week. I'm going with Port Neches Groves. And 7:30 p.m. Friday night at Memorial Stadium in Hutto. It's a really interesting Central Texas clash between the Hutto Hippos and the Liberty Hill Panthers, and a big-time clash in styles here. You know what Hutto is going to do with their new coach, Brad LaPlante. They want to spread it out and let quarterback Chase Griffin work his magic. Meanwhile, Liberty Hill wants to grind you into dust with that slot T offense. This is a fascinating matchup, and I'm interested to see what Liberty Hill does against a bigger team, quite literally a 4A team versus a 5A team. For now, though, being at home helps. I like the Hutto Hippos in a close one, but certainly keep your eye on this one. But those are far from the only big games in week 2 of the Texas high school football season. Let's get to the lightning round. Amarillo Tascosa takes down rival Amarillo. I think Carthage moves to 2-0 with a win over Liberty Ilo. And in a close one, give me Corpus Christi Calallen to take down Corpus Christi Flower Bluff. Cedar Hill stays hot with a win over Denton Geyer. Give me the Buckaroos of Breckenridge to take down Comanche. And I like Crawford to beat Clifton. Eagle Pass beats San Antonio Southwest. El Paso Montwood beats El Paso Eastlake. And Euless Trinity keeps rolling with a win over Saxe. Galena Park North Shore beats Fort Bend Ridgepoint. Lovelady beats Tenaha, and give me Lubbock Coronado over Lubbock Cooper. Madisonville edges Woodville. Andrews outguns Monahans, and Hamlin takes down Monday. Reagan County beats Ballinger. San Antonio Brennan beats San Antonio Warren, and Cisco tops Wall. Wascom speeds past West Rusk, and in our 6-man game of the week, I like Follette to beat Turkey Valley. And those are the picks. What am I wrong about? Which games did I leave out? Leave comments down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Thanks for watching. Enjoy week 2 of the Texas high school football season. We'll see you.